So the whole crypto market is pretty much down right now, except the one and only Cardano. Cardano is right now, as I'm speaking, up 4% of the day, and we did see a beautiful bounce at this upsloping white line that we will take a closer look at in this video. So guys, we are once again back with a Cardano ADA price prediction and technical analysis. We will, as always, be taking a look at multiple time frames and try to identify some very important levels on the upside, but also, as always, on the downside. So guys, we have a lot of interesting data in this one, so make sure to really pay attention in this one, and without further ado, let's get started right away here. But first, real quick before we start, I just want to mention that if you're interested in similar content such as this one, I do technical analysis on Cardano, Ethereum, VeChain, and more, then don't hesitate to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And also guys, make sure to hit that blue big like button. That not only helps out the channel, but it also helps the YouTube algorithm to push out more Cardano videos. So guys, don't forget to hit that like, and comments also helps a lot. So guys, please let me know what you are drinking today. I'm sipping on some coffee. Also, if you want to, you can follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/mindmathmoney, because over there I post, charts, trading education and more. So it would be very awesome to see you over there. Last but not least, guys, this is the disclaimer that this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Nothing in this video is financial advice. But all right, now let's jump into the chart and take a look at what has happened recently here for Cardano ADA. And if we take a look at the most recent candlesticks, we can see that during this week, we have been testing this support zone between 1.19 and 1.16 US dollars multiple times. However, yesterday we broke this level to the downside. You can see this big red candle right there, and we actually saw a pretty respectable force here all the way down to around the $1 level. But one thing that was very nice to see was that buyers did step up at this upsloping white line we printed in my previous Cardano technical analysis. You can see the upsloping white line right here. And that line we will take a closer look at later in this video. But for now, you just notice that we got a very nice bounce on that level. And right now we are coming up to this zone once again. And this zone have previously been acting as resistance. You can see one time there, one time there. We flipped this one to become support. So I wouldn't be surprised if we can see some sellers stepping up at this zone going forward, and a candle close above that zone would definitely be a nice sign for Cardano. But all right, guys, so I think we are right away ready to take a look at some key support and resistance levels. But before doing that, I just want to mention real quick that please, guys, please be aware of bot accounts and scammers in the comments. They are all over YouTube, and we have instances of people trying to copy my profile picture, my name, and so on and so on. So guys, never give anyone information in the comments. I can also just mention real quick that if you want to, you can check out the links in the pinned comment and in the description. All of these links helps out the channel. I, for example, have one link to Kraken if you are looking for an exchange where you can buy Cardano very easily. I also have a link to my trading software and so on and so on. So if you want to, you can check them out. But all right, guys, so now let's take a look at some very key levels here for Cardano. And let's actually start by taking a look at the upside. And we already mentioned this level, and if you have been following my Cardano updates, you know about this level. The first level I'm looking out for now on the upside is this sort of zone in between 1.19 and $1.16. You can see this zone have been acting previously, as I said, previously as resistance. We flipped this one and it became support. We broke this one to the downside, and as you can see right now as we're speaking, it looks like we are finding some sellers right there once again. So this zone is definitely something I'm paying attention to. However, if we can break this one, if we can really break this one to the upside, I don't see a lot of clear resistance at this area. So if we break this one, it could go really fast all the way up to the sort of next zone I'm looking at. And this zone is in between around 1.50 and 1.44 US dollars. And where do I get that level from? Well, how we derived this one was that we took our Fibonacci retracement from the previous swing. You can see we anchor from the high of the previous swing to the very low. We need to take this one up a bit more like that. And then you can see here that our 1.618 level is exactly at around $1.44. So this is our fib retracement level, and that is a common level for the price to reverse. And as you can see, we pretty much reversed at this 1.618. However, we went a tiny bit higher, so I see this more of as a zone than, you know, a strict line. It's also possible that we have some form of resistance at around 1.35. We will take a closer look at that later in this video, and the reason why I think we might have some early resistance right there. But for now, let's just have these zones in mind. And now let's switch our attention to the downside. What levels am I looking out for Cardano on the downside? The first level that turned out to be very significant was this upsloping white line. So I will definitely keep on paying attention to this one. You know, now this one have been tested, respected multiple times. You can see one time all the way back. This was February 6th. Another bounce, February 15th. We found some buyers here around February 23rd, and now we got a bounce today as well. So we have been bouncing at this line multiple times, so that's very nice to see in my opinion. But we do have the same sort of problem on the downside. I don't see a lot of clear support levels if Cardano crashes to the downside here and break this white line. It's possible that we, when we zoom in on the 4-hour, can find some, you know, other levels, but on the daily time frame, the next horizontal level I'm paying attention to is actually all the way down here at around $0.80. And why am I looking at that one? Well, as we can see, we have been finding buyers at this line multiple times at this area. You can see, first of all, we have one beautiful bounce here at around February 23rd, but we have also been seeing multiple times this one tested as support here around the middle of February. And if we even break this one to the downside, then the next sort of zone I'm paying attention to is a zone in between around 0.71 and 0.68. So, but it's pretty far down there, so maybe nothing you have to pay attention to in the immediate short term. And another thing I want to mention here on the daily time frame is actually a hidden bullish divergence. So this is very nice to see in my opinion. So as you can see, if we take a look at from this low to this low, Cardano is making a higher low, right? So higher low on the price, but at the same time, the RSI is making a lower low. You can also look down to the MACD, a lower low on the MACD. Higher lows on the price, lower lows on the oscillators. We have some hidden bullish divergence, implying continuation to the upside. So we have a bullish variable in the form of a divergence, and at the same time we did see this divergence at a upsloping line. So that is very nice in my opinion. However, what we do need to pay attention to is this, you know, key resistance area, and that is an area I really want to see Cardano get a candle close above. But alright guys, now let's zoom in a bit here and take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So here on the 4-hour we can see this, you know, trend line a bit more clearly, how we multiple times, starting all the way back in the beginning of February, but multiple times we have been bouncing at this upsloping line. We can also just notice this zone, the importance of this zone right here. You can see resistance, resistance, resistance. Broke this one to the upside, then support, support, and now possible resistance. So that is definitely something you could pay attention to. And one last thing I want to mention here is that we have a possible, you know, downsloping sort of trend, downsloping trend like this that I think we talked about in my previous video. And right now it looks like we are trying to break this one to the downside. So definitely looking interesting here for Cardano. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you feel like you got any kind of help or value, then please consider dropping a like. And if you guys are interested in more similar content, then don't hesitate to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope I will catch you in the next video. But for now guys, take care. Ciao, ciao.